Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the breakout star of the 2024-2025 NBA season, has already etched his name into the annals of the league's elite. He led the Oklahoma City Thunder to the best record in the NBA, captured the scoring title, ran away with the MVP award, and added the prestigious MVP of the Western Conference Finals to his growing list of accolades. But for all his individual success, Gilgeous-Alexander's true test came on the grandest stage of all, the NBA Finals. And it was in Game 4, with his Thunder facing the suffocating weight of a 3-1 series deficit, that SGA would answer the most pressing question of his career. Greatness isn't defined by regular season records or awards alone. It's forged in the heat of battle when the stakes are at their highest. And at 26, Gilgeous-Alexander had yet to prove that he had the killer instinct, the kill switch, that separates the truly transcendent players from the rest. Friday night, in the dying minutes of Game 4, we saw that switch flick. With his team trailing the Indiana Pacers by 7 points in the final 12 minutes of the game, the pressure was mounting. The series, and perhaps the future of the Thunder, hung in the balance. But Gilgeous-Alexander was far from rattled. He stepped up with the weight of the world on his shoulders, scoring 15 of his 35 points in a dazzling 5-minute stretch, leading his team to a thrilling 111-104 victory. The win not only tied the series at 2-2, but it also prevented the Thunder from facing the impossible task of coming back from a 3-1 hole in the finals. We've become accustomed to Gilgeous-Alexander's scoring prowess. He's averaging an eye-popping 32.7 points per game in the finals alone. But let's face it, that kind of production no longer shocks us. It's expected. What truly separates the greats, though, is their ability to rise when adversity strikes, to deliver in the clutch. And until this moment, we hadn't seen how he would respond when the situation called for it. In the closing moments of Game 4, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander proved that he could. He proved that he had the icy composure of a superstar, the same unshakable confidence that defined Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James when they had the game on their shoulders. For the first time, we saw the full spectrum of his ability, not just as a scorer, but as a leader under pressure. With just under 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Gilgeous-Alexander took control. He used his signature stop-and-go moves to weave through multiple defenders and finish a contested layup. On the defensive end, he showed his all-around brilliance, swatting away a crucial three-point attempt from Tyrese Halliburton. Then, as if to remind the Pacers that they were no longer in control, he calmly drilled a three-pointer of his own, followed by a clutch, Jordan-esque step-back jumper that would have made any NBA legend proud. And, of course, he didn't miss a single free throw, finishing 10 for 10 from the charity stripe, a display of cold-blooded efficiency under immense pressure. But what truly stood out was his demeanor. Through it all, Gilgeous-Alexander maintained a calm, almost serene exterior, the kind of focus that can only come from a player who has been in the fire before. As Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault noted, "You wouldn't know if he's up 3, down 3, up 30, or down 30. He's the same guy." Even more telling was the praise from teammate Alex Caruso, who echoed the sentiment, saying, "You wouldn't know if it was a preseason game or Game 4 of the NBA Finals down 2-1 with him. That's why we have such a good mentality as a group. That's why we are able to find success in adversity. No matter what's going on, you look at him, and he's the same." Gilgeous-Alexander had been on an incredible run to get to this point. The Thunder breezed through the first round against Memphis with a sweep. In the second round, they took down the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series with an emphatic 32-point blowout win in the decisive Game 7. The conference finals saw them dismantle the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. But none of those tests could compare to what was on the line in Game 4 of the finals. A loss would have meant a 3-1 hole, and most likely the end of their championship dreams. But Gilgeous-Alexander was having none of it. "I knew what it would have looked like if we lost tonight," he admitted after the game. "I didn't want to go out not swinging. I didn't want to go out not doing everything I could do in my power, in my control, to try to win the game." And swing he did. In what was undoubtedly the defining moment of his career, Gilgeous-Alexander showed the world what he's truly capable of.